Hello friends. Today we will tell you a story that resembles the plot from the movie Home Alone. With only one difference, the age of the child who will be in this story is much less than the age of the hero in the movie Home Alone. So, stock up on popcorn, get comfortable, and we'll get started. During the initial flight check, flight attendant Jessie saw a child sitting alone. Thinking that the parents might be nearby, she went around the entire plane, but did not find anyone who would be responsible for the child. To the surprise of the crew, the child was not registered in the passenger list, and it became clear that the situation was far from normal. Jessie began to question the passengers, but unfortunately, no one saw anything concerning the missing child or his parents. Then she cautiously approached the child to look for any information that could help identify the child's parents. And then she noticed something strange that caught her attention. Moving closer to the child, she saw the note attached to his blanket. It said, "Please take care of him." This message only added to Jessie's anxiety and bewilderment. The stewardess realized the seriousness of the situation and notified the entire crew. The pilot contacted the airport and reported what was happening on board. To their surprise, they received a rather strange and unexpected response. The child's name did not appear on the passenger lists. The police immediately got to work, contacted the airlines, and checked the passenger list of the flight again. But the child's name also did not appear anywhere. They even examined the CCTV footage at the airport, but found nothing. Meanwhile, the baby began to cry inconsolably, not finding his mother nearby. His tiny voice echoed throughout the plane, alarming the passengers. Jessie tried to calm the child down by singing to him and playing with him. And suddenly an alarming realization dawned on her. The child's condition was much worse than they initially believed, and the signs began to show. The child began to sweat, which made Jessie very worried. Fortunately, there was a doctor on the plane. He examined the child without delay and determined that he needed immediate hospitalization. But, unfortunately, there were still a few hours left before landing. The doctor strongly advised to take the child to the nearest hospital as soon as possible. In response, the flight control team decided to make an emergency landing for the sake of the child's well-being. The crew of the plane urgently wanted to land because the child's condition posed a serious danger. However, a problem arose. The nearest airport did not have direct access to a medical facility. The child's condition worsened, requiring urgent medical intervention. The crew realized that the situation required the fastest action to save the child's life. Meanwhile, Jessie became increasingly annoyed and demanded answers. How did the child end up on board? Who abandoned him? She wanted more information, but no one could provide it. The police on the ground questioned the pilot about the strange note. They asked if he had any clues about who wrote it and what it meant. The pilot explained that the note was strange and did not reveal anything about the child and his parents. Jessie, hoping to speed up the investigation, she handed the police a note with a series of random numbers that seemed to have been hastily scribbled on paper. The police almost immediately recognized a pattern in them, which gave impetus to the investigation. After a long flight, the plane finally reached the nearest airport, located nearby by a hospital, and the medical team immediately delivered the child for medical care. Doctors worked non-stop until his condition stabilized. Only after the child could gain strength would doctors be able to bring in a DNA test to confirm the child's identity and begin searching for his parents. The police rushed the doctors to continue the investigation, but the doctors did everything they could. Soon, the doctors brought good news that the child had recovered significantly. Finally, the moment has come when they will be able to proceed with further analyses. The coordinates in the note allowed the police to narrow down the search for the child's parents. It seemed that the person who left the child intentionally left enough information so that the police could identify him and where to find him. Breaking into the house, the police were shocked to find an elderly couple there, completely shocked by their presence. The couple had no connection to this story. The police explained the situation to the elderly couple and asked them to go with them to the hospital to meet the child. They were intrigued by the whole situation, but their unnatural wariness was felt. The elderly woman's name was Megan, and she told doctors and police that she had no idea who the child was. She had no intention of taking him home. The doctors asked Megan to cooperate and take a DNA test, but she initially refused. After the test, they were taken to a separate room for questioning by police detectives. Detectives questioned the couple about why, based on the note, the child could have been sent to them. Megan kept repeating that she had no idea about the baby. When Megan finally saw the baby, she fell to her knees and cried tears of joy and relief. She was overwhelmed with emotions and gratitude to the medical team and the police for saving the child. But why was she so worried about a child she said she had no idea about? And soon one of the doctors ran into the premises. DNA results showed that Megan was a relative of the child. Megan explained that the child's mother was her daughter, who couldn't take care of him, and sent him to them. However, when they realized that the child was sick and needed medical attention, they were scared because it would raise too many questions. In the end, the child stayed with his grandparents, and the police closed the case. This incident demonstrated how important it is to report any suspicious activity. He also showed the dedication of the airline staff who worked tirelessly to save the child and find his parents. Friends, what do you think about this story? How would you react to the situation if you were a passenger when the plane had to land urgently in order to save the life of a child or an adult? Share a comment on this video.